I love Star Wars. Oh boy, do I ever love Star Wars. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the J.J. Abrams movies when they come out. Definitely. And I really do hope they'll be good. But when I heard someone else's standard for what would make them good, I couldn't believe how wrong someone could be about what Star Wars really is. So let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Now, I understand why some people didn't like the Star Wars prequels. I may not agree with all of your reasons, but believe me, I do understand. However, YouTuber Truman PDX has come out with a video called 4 Rules to Make Star Wars Great Again, and they're all pretty damned misguided.
Star Wars doesn't happen in the city.
So what, that place on Bespin was called Cloud Suburb? Cloud Camping Ground? Cloud Barren Wasteland? No, I think it was Cloud City.
It doesn't happen in Parliament.
But it could have if it weren't for this.
The Imperial Senate will no longer be of any concern to us. I have just received word that the Emperor has dissolved the Council permanently. The last remnants of the old Republic have been swept away.
When did the original trilogy take place? Before the Dark Times, before the Empire. When Palpatine and Vader took over, everything started to go to shit. But before that, there was a galactic civilization and a galactic senate. And after the Empire has fallen, there'll be one again. So get used to it. There's going to be Parliament. There's going to be government in Star Wars.
Or in the library.
Darth Vader and the Emperor hunted down the Jedi, wiped them out almost completely. That's why you find the last remaining few in places like Dagobah and Tatooine. But now that the Empire has been defeated and peace is returning to the galaxy, you're not going to find Jedi being trained in swamps or deserts. You're just not. There is going to be a Jedi training center somewhere like Coruscant. So you're just going to have to get used to it. Jedi will be trained in civilization in the new movies.
It happens out here. Away from civilization.
In the original trilogy, yes it did. Because there was a rebellion going on. The rebels were in hiding from the Empire, waiting for their time to strike. That's the only reason that Star Wars ever had to take place on the outskirts of the galaxy. Now that the Empire is defeated, that's not necessary anymore. Star Wars is not going to take place on the frontier unless there's a damn good reason for it.
Amidst smugglers and bounty hunters.
And you think you can't have that kind of thing in a city? In civilization? Tell me, have you ever been to New York City?
Star Wars is a Western.
No. Star Wars is space opera, a subgenre of science fiction. But if you have to liken it to something else, it's not a Western. If it's any genre, it's fantasy. Think about it. You've got swords, you've got sorcery, you've got prophecies, quests, princesses, strange creatures that aren't human. If anything, it would be fantasy if it's not space opera.
And it's set in the frontier.
I think there might be a chance you're getting your science fiction series just a little mixed up.
Space, the final frontier.
Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
Just saying. You do realize that Star Wars isn't set in the future, right? It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Star Wars beauty isn't clean. It isn't new. It's dirty, gritty, a secondhand world.
Oh, really? Let's take a look at Cloud City once more, shall we? Looks pretty slick and sleek and shiny and clean to me, like something out of the Jetsons. Or let's look at Leia's ship from Episode 4. Does that look used or secondhand to you? Hell, even the second Death Star, the uncompleted Death Star from Return of the Jedi, looks like it still has the price tag on it. I'm sorry, but Star Wars does not take place entirely on the Millennium Falcon or in Mos Eisley.
We don't always need an explanation.
Actually, what Rule 3 should have been is that Star Wars is not the Force. The original trilogy had a decent balance between Jedi stuff and the Rebellion, while the prequels were wall-to-wall Jedi. These new movies had better restore that balance. Sure, let's have some stuff about Jedi and Sith, but let's also get some Rogue Squadron action going on. Wedge Antilles for the win.
The greatest power of the Force is the sense of magic.
Says the guy who thinks Star Wars is a Western.
Walk into the wrong bar, lose your arm. Don't pay your debts, end up in carbonite.
Yes, Star Wars has always had that. However,
it's never cute or silly. It's not child-proofed.
I see. So I guess the mouse droid never happened. I guess Salacious Crumb never happened. I guess the Ewoks never happened. R2-D2 was never cute. When Yoda was pretending to Luke, he was never cute. Goodness no. Right, Star Wars has always had cute in it. No, I don't think it should ever be like Jar Jar. Jar Jar broke the mood big time. Jar Jar was a Looney Tunes character. But that doesn't mean that Star Wars has never had cute.
And Han always shoots first.
Finally, something we actually agree on. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying, may the Force be with you. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. Vote me down, and I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.